Hello and welcome. My name is Jason. I'm the CEO of Stingray's Bookkeeping. My website is stingraysbookkeeping.com. I have a YouTube channel, Professor Stingray's Small Business Bookkeeping Made Easy. Earning a degree in accounting was more difficult to me due to my post-concussion syndrome issues. I was encouraged to take a long sabbatical, and I wrote my own autobiography, The Journey of Two Angels. It was written in a format of one extremely long creative writing session that lasted 7 months. I created a website, journeyoftwoangels.com. The full journal as of 2025 is unpublished. I'm using the autobiography as source material. I'm creating several topic-specific sub-books under the series title of Two Angels. Both Two Angels on my website and Two Angels on Amazon Kindle. This is me walking today. 17 years post-concussion, just walking back to my desk in my front door to my room and back 3 times. I have serious balance issues. The world seems off balance, and I seem like I'm spinning. I sustained a brain scrambling concussion on September 11, 2008, my second major one of my lifetime. My comment to the ER nurse that night was, "Do you know the date?" She asked me if I knew the date, and I go, "Yeah, I know the irony." I will have issues talking during my videos. I have dyslexia and 2 brain injuries, so pronouncing some words and names is extremely difficult, or a lot of times impossible. I just skip over it. It takes a lot of energy just to be able to talk and tell my story, let alone be perfectionist. Now, my accident was in 2008. I spent the first 5 years in a brain fog. So when I discuss a topic of concussion, this comes from a first-hand knowledge. The journey to recover and regain part of my life back is like climbing Mount Everest without oxygen. Extremely difficult. A glimpse into my coping with my own post-concussion syndrome. I talk about these athletes knowing what they go through, what it feels like for them to live through life with these conditions. But here's what I mean. We went out to a movie on a date. The love of my life came up for 3 days, and yesterday I wrote about Daphne, one of the female wrestlers, most of the day while being with my princess. I was needing her for emotional support and bear hugs with this particular topic getting overwhelming. The suicides from the women athletes and the really is disturbing for me to talk about. The last night, this is the next day. Last night we went out to see a movie, Elvis, Tom Hanks movie. The movie started around 7:30 at night, and we both knew this was a bad idea for my head, being well past my brain time limit. And my average day starts out with waking up around 5 or 6 a.m., and I'm somewhat active all day long for me. No, yesterday, I was writing about Daphne. We had a quick late lunch at a pizza place just a few minutes down the road, 5-minute drive back each way. We spent most of the day with her while I wrote. Not doing much activity, just sitting in a room on a computer, writing, taking it easy. This was a very active day for me. So crawling into bed to watch a movie and snuggling with her was a smart decision. Not going out. We both knew I should have just taken the night off and stayed there. Leaving to go out. I had a couple of brief losses of balance and leaning against the wall, but continued to walk. I'm feeling dizzy. My brain's getting tired, I can tell, but I'm still okay. The theater is a small, seldom busy, stadium seating place that I have gone to for a number of years to see movies alone. If you read my autobiography, I went and saw one of the Star Wars prequel movies by myself at the same theater. So I stayed at the concession stand with her. Yes, there was a bench seat nearby. Princess told me more than once to go sit down, which I did for literally about 30 seconds before feeling sad that she was standing in line alone. So standing back up next to her at the counter, I noticed my hands were trembling, and I showed her. The other hand, putting weight on it using my cane, was causing more severe issues. The hand was moving in small, unstable-looking movements, shaking back and forth. Our movie was near the end of the long hallway of the 10-theater complex. This was a long walk, extremely difficult for me, both entering and leaving. because of the episode being late at night. Upon sitting in the handicap seat, first row with zero stairs, I felt like I had just walked a couple miles. The princess was watching me, gasping for air, breathing heavy, unable to catch my breath. She said for 15 to 20 minutes before my breathing finally slowed down. She was wanting to leave immediately and take me straight to the hospital. I could not catch my breath for 15. I was breathing heavily 15, 20 straight minutes. We sat through the Elvis movie. It ended around 10:30 p.m. When the end credits came, I got up and hit the head. The princess stayed to read the statements about Elvis and Colonel Parker. These were facts I already knew. I remember my mother's reaction to Elvis passing, very familiar with the Elvis Presley story. Now, while I was walking down the hallway by myself from the theater to the front row tickets, the concession area was extremely difficult. I was walking with a cane with one hand, but holding the wall with the other, and stumbling a lot. After leaving the bathroom, Princess was standing outside the door, waiting for me. I asked her, "How much of that did you see me walking down the hallway?" I was relieved when she said she hadn't. She just walked up. Thank God. She'd seen me walking down the hallway. She'd have been in nightmares. Been in the hospital already. Now, usually we walk holding hands like we are still teenagers. Tonight I was using the countertops, walls, and anything stable enough to lean on as I walked. When we got to her SUV in the handicap spot out front, she was shaking her head because I still walked around the driver door to open it and help her in with her seatbelt and a quick kiss. She thinks I need a hospital, and I'm still a gentleman for her. Now, she was driving, and I was sitting in the passenger seat. And while driving back, I felt spaced out, blurry vision, feeling stoned out of my mind. Driving home would be absolutely impossible if I were trying to drive. It would be completely unsafe. I felt drunk. I couldn't see straight. Now, this morning, I feel hungover, paying a price for overdoing it last night. Walking down to breakfast, sweating is exaggerated, breathing is still labored when I exert any amount of energy. Today I should have laid in bed, resting and recovering with my special princess. Instead, I am up writing about last night and the following day's after effects. People might think this has nothing to do with the topic. Going on a date to a movie. They would all be wrong. This is a post-concussion problem, what life is really like for me. Going to a movie, out on a date with the love of my life, a very simple task, was very difficult for me. That's what post-concussion syndrome is like. As my day goes by, my brain starts slowing down and it gets worse and worse and worse. And towards the nighttime, my brain is it's all messed up. Two Angels, My Life with CTE. I cover TBI, post concussion syndrome, and CTE. This is a first person account of my healing from a concussion in 2008 that was a brain scrambling. I have severe post concussion syndrome, and I go into great detail. Chapter 1 is the CTE medical terminology. Chapter 2 is I was learning how my brain works. I'm dyslexic, so I was taught how my brain learns and stuff like that. Chapter 3 is my two major concussions, about the accidents and what happened. Chapter 4 is my life coping with CTE the first few years after the concussion and the healing. Chapter 5 was my healing injuries through brain therapy. I've been doing a lot of work the last 5 years, and I think that's helped my brain heal. Chapter 6 is my abilities lost due to the concussion TBI. I go through exactly what has changed. Because since I know my brain so well, I know what I lost. Chapter 7 is the phoenix rising from the ashes. I lost my life, I lost my career from the last concussion, and I'm trying to rebuild something out of it. I could not think of a better metaphor than a phoenix rising from the ashes. Two Angels, the unheard voices of CTE. These are 8 athletes that gave their lives for CTE research. Their deaths were seen as suicides for depression or money woes, and their real reason, their voice is unheard. The real reason was for CTE research. These 8 athletes were our heroes. We cheered them on Sundays or on Saturday nights for the wrestling. They were our heroes on the field. They were our pillars of the community off the field. I think they were heroes leading the research in CTE. and I wanted to give their voices a lasting voice so they can be heard through many years. Both of my books, my two sub books, My Life Living with CTE, as well as Unheard Voices, are on my website, Journey of Two Angels, as well as Amazon Kindle.